Well, first of all, congratulations on your SCORE S certification.
Well, thank you so much. I'm very proud and happy to have received the certification.
How did you hear about SCORE?
Well, the SCORE organization I view as a thought leader in supply chain management. And of course, in the texts that we use and in some of the other research that we conduct, SCORE plays an influential and prominent role in the frameworks that we review and seek to refine. The specifics in terms of SCORE Scholar, I found some information online and, of course, followed up with Melinda thereafter.
What's the value of SCORE certification for Clemson?
Well, I think it's multiple, but I think most importantly is the value that it helps place our students. Because I think as a thought leader in supply chain management, SCORE has worldwide recognition. And what we want to do is assimilate our students into the business culture with tools, analysis techniques, and so forth that are recognized as leading analysis tools. And the real value is that knowledge that's imparted upon our students, and then subsequently the recognition that our students indeed have this knowledge as certified by a leading organization in supply chain management.
How did you fit SCORE into your program?
Well, we incorporated SCORE right into our syllabus, both the training and the certification process, such that we condensed the materials that we traditionally teach into a beginning of the semester and then wove the SCORE materials into the latter half of our semester, such that we built a supply chain based knowledge for our students, and subsequently we provided SCORE training as provided by the SCORE organization to the students in a 2-day seminar format. Subsequently, we took 2 weeks to review the materials as presented to us as a class. In our class, we played some supply chain trivia games, we reviewed key points, and then subsequently the SCORE exam was administered at our university. So SCORE was a bit of a capstone learning project for our students.
What are the key steps in the certification program for Clemson?
Well, I think there are several key steps. First, relating key points to the more general materials that we teach prior to the SCORE training was important, but certainly bringing the SCORE knowledge on site through educated trainers. Having the students have access to the 2-day format was, I think, critical to their learning and their success on the subsequent SCORE exam. Administering the SCORE exam on campus was extremely helpful, providing that convenience such that each of our students had the opportunity to receive the certification and go through the certification process was also important. But also, I think the base knowledge they obtained before the SCORE training was important to build them up such that this 2-day training was meaningful. And subsequent to the training, the materials that we reviewed and discussed in class was also important towards successful completion of the certification exam. So I think there are several important aspects of our course that facilitated certification for us.
What are the next steps for Clemson?
Well, I think a couple of steps are important for us. First of all is to grow our relationship with the Supply Chain Council. I think it's important for us to not only develop our syllabus and curriculi, but also to understand how SCORE fits into that syllabi and curriculum that we're developing. So the next steps for us are certainly to continue strengthening our relationship with the Supply Chain Council, and certainly as it relates to SCORE S certification. In the next year, we intend to fund subsequent training classes, and I think we'll also do a better job of integrating SCORE training into our supply chain class, such that it is not a segment but integrated throughout the class, so that when we talk about strategy, we subsequently talk about supply chain planning. When we talk about processes in the more general sense, we also talk about SCORE process blocks. And I think in terms of curriculum development, that will be our focus. In terms of continuing our relationship, our focus will certainly be to continue the SCORE training, to bring professional trainers to our campus and continue to administer the SCORE certification exam to our undergraduate supply chain management students.